welcome along then to a first of a kind. We are diving into F1 Manager 2023 with hopefully a video every week depending on how we get on. Now we are taking control of Williams Racing. We are going to return Williams to the elite, or if not, we're going to get sacked pretty quickly. So we're pretty new to this. We're learning all the time as we go through it as well. So come through on the journey and you too will see how actually newbie we are, and fingers crossed we can make it through. But just to run you through what we've done so far, Pourchaire comes in instead of the man himself, Logan Sargent. I know a few of you will be disappointed with that one, but we've got to do it. And cars, we have started designing some parts as well, with a lot of parts going into the underfloor. Seems like this Williams car struggles on low speed and medium speed. High speed pretty good. So that's where we are at the moment, and we have started to increase some of the facilities, especially the basically operations and some of the staff ones. So we're trying to give ourselves the very best route, and we're going to look forward to the first race. And that first race comes from Bahrain. Can we get a decent qualifying, and can we get into Q2? That's going to be probably the interesting part. And let's take a look, and I told you we're pretty new at this, as we look to go into the next round. And we've definitely got not many sloping, so slow, and there's not many fast, so it's going to be an interesting race. Can we do well? That's going to be the interesting part. But let's give it our all and see, and set some performance targets as well. So reach a minimum qualifying position of 15th with at least one driver. I think we can do that. And I think we could get potentially 2, but it's not worth the risk. So we're going to go 1. Race target. What do we got here? Fastest lap, no chance. We are not going to be managing that one. Qualifying hot streak of 15th. Let's go with that one. So we will pop that on. So hopefully we can earn some good money as well. They are set. And let's get into the first race, Albon and Pourchaire. It is Bahrain time. Let's give it our all. So here we go, session 1. Our first time as a WF1 takes over a qualifying session. And let's see how we get on. Make sure, remember, give us a like and let us know what you think of this first of a series for ourselves as well. So we're just going to let some people, some drivers, get some times in here early on, and then we're going to release Alex Albon and Pourchaire for their first laps. So we're going to release Albon now, and here we go. Debut season is underway for ourselves. And who else have we got in here? Ferrari coming out in the background. Let's boost him up a little bit, and then let's send Pourchaire out. So here we go, qualifying from Bahrain Q1, and it's going to see Alex Albon now coming down the back straight. So he's about to unleash his first lap in this Williams car, managed by myself. What can he do though? We're about to find out as he crosses the line to start his first flying lap. Let's see how we get on then. So can he nail the first corner? That's going to be key. And he's got an Aston Martin ahead of us, and that Aston Martin hopefully gets out of the way, but might give us a little bit of tow, but quickly gets out of the way. We could have done with a tow a bit better. And we've got a car, Red Bull, screaming in front of us, but he moves out of the way. And what sort of first sector are we looking at? It is a 27.6, which I don't think is great at all. And Pourchaire now coming across the line to start his lap, 10 seconds in. We've got a chance of decent running, but can we get both cars into Q2? That is the big effort that we need with the Williams drivers. Be a great one. Pourchaire definitely one for the future, and a very high developing driver. 27.4, he's got the upper hand on Albon. That is what we need. That is a perfect first sector from Pourchaire. Albon then under a little bit of pressure in Q1 from his new number 2. Or will he be the number 1 after a few races? A 41.7 through that middle sector. Doesn't seem a great time through there. And now we await for Pourchaire. But a bit of traffic hopefully didn't help him too much, or hinder him too much. But Pourchaire's got a nice clean run. As Alex Albon down the straight, picking up a tow from the car ahead. DRS opens. And he goes up to P9. Not a great lap. 41.2 by Pourchaire. He's on a great lap on his debut. He's not scared of pushing it to the limit. And it looks like we could be on for a decent time. That Albon time has got to improve though. Sitting P10, 2.5 seconds off the lead. But it's all about Pourchaire. 2 very good sectors. He's about 6 tenths up, I think. Where's he going to put him? It's P10 for Pourchaire. So a great effort by him. And Alex Albon is very much on the back burner against his teammate. And then we're going to reconfigure these. I think we're going to have to take a new set of softs. We're going to get a new one in the race anyway. Let's get Pourchaire ready as well. We've got to get through to Q2. Albon is not doing that at the moment. Rubber and grip has increased, so let's get these drivers going out towards the end. Let's send him, by clicking the wrong button, after these 2 cars. Let's get them going. And now we send Albon, and we'll send Pourchaire as well. So it's Q1 time here in Bahrain with Alex Albon warming up his tyres. Here he comes. Come on, we need Albon to get a stunning lap here to get through to Q2. We can't have a Q1 failure. But here he comes as we ride on board Alex Albon. Come on, Alex, nail this first corner. It's all about now. Where's Pourchaire on the track? Coming around the last few corners to the last straight. Albon through turns 1 and turns 2. He's got to improve on that first sector time. Needs a 27.4 to stand a chance here of getting through to Q2. Let's see what he can do. He's got a Ferrari ahead, I think. Can we get a decent first sector? 27.3. That's a beautiful first sector by Albon. That is what we need, but this traffic could be a pain as Pourchaire now starts his flying lap. And who is this? Looks like an Alfa Romeo potentially. Gets out of the way. Not very well though. That might cost us some time. Pourchaire's coming through turns 2 and 3 now. Bit of traffic ahead of him. And we've really got the pressure on. Can we deliver here in Q1 for Williams first time around? Pourchaire got the Alpine ahead of him. Let's look at his first sector. It's also a 27.4. He hasn't improved, but it's there or thereabout. Just hundreds or thousands of tenths of a second into it. But what about Albon? He's the man. 41.3. It's an okay middle sector as well. And he looks like he's going to improve here. But how much will he improve by? As he comes towards the last corner, he might pick up a decent toe out of it. A very distant toe. But Alex Albon from P20, where's that going to put him on the grid in Q1? He's up to P13. Great lap. And that might see us just in to Q2. Pourchaire though has done a 41.1. The track's either ramping up or Pourchaire's finding massive amounts of time on a better lap. This looks more promising from Theo. Can he get it past Albon? And looks like we could be safe. But here comes Pourchaire around the final corner now. Will this cement him into a Q2 finish? Let's find out. Oh, what a lap. What a lap. He's improved beautifully. And that is 1.5 seconds behind. But clear of De Vries and Tsunoda. That might see us through to Q number 2. Let's see. Does anybody improve? Albon moving forward down. Albon right on the cusp of P15. Oh, is it going to be enough? Oh, Zhou Guanyu is improving. Is not going to improve in the middle sector though. Can we survive? I think. Oh. We are going to survive. Q1 done. Albon 15th. Pourchaire managing 12th. So here we go, straight in to Q2. Can we deliver again? This is going to be a lot more tougher, and we're expecting probably a fighting for where we probably are. I don't think we're going to get a car into the top 10, so it's really trying to battle for positions for the race. We're going to send Albon out and Pourchaire now for their laps, and let's see where we can get Albon. I mean, Albon's right behind Perez. That wasn't the best, sending him out, but he's going to get a decent toe from that distant Red Bull Perez. Can that be pretty good indeed? That could be beautiful as we ride on the different angles. And let's stick it with this for now. But it's game time here on lap number 1 of Q2. We've got to get a clean lap. And I think that Red Bull has just disappeared quite quickly. So we're not going to get as big of a tow. But Pourchaire's got decent gap as well. So no traffic problems, as the grip is now very high. What do we do on the first sector? 27.4. It's not the best that we've seen. So Albon again not delivering in that first sector as much. About a 10th down on what Pourchaire's time was in that first Q1 session. And Pourchaire, or even Albon, is the Alpine nearly takes us out. That couldn't have been easy to see. But Pourchaire done that 20. He's in the point threes, 27.3s last time round. And it's a slow first sector, 27.6. That is not what we needed. Maybe he's saved some tyre in there as well. But let's see and wait and see, because Alex Albon crossing the middle sector now. 41.1. That's a very good time. That is a very good middle sector from Alex Albon. Can we improve? Maybe getting a bit of a slipstream from that Red Bull of Perez now as well. For the very distant. And Alex Albon coming round the final corner. Where can he go? Let's see. Where's he going to go? 7. Wow! What a lap by Alex Albon. It's a great last sector as well. And that sees us up to P7. That is stunned me. Because that is a lap and a half by Alex Albon. No way we can sneak into the top 10. No way in our first session. Pourchaire coming round the final corner as well in this Q2. What's time he going to put in? As we look to the left, P9. So not as strong. And he is a good 5 tenths. And maybe Alex Albon, after that first sector, is in a very good position. As he moves down though to P9, it's going to be very close with them Haas cars. So our final one then, Q2 run. We've not selected new tyres. Don't expect this to be an improvement. Albon has just slipped into P11. We need some soft tyres for the race. We would have been compromised in there. So we are off for this Q2 lap. We're down to P12 now as well. We are falling away a little bit. But what can we do? Alex Albon into corner 1 and 2. And that looks pretty neat through there. He did a 27.4 last time round when he moved through this sector 1. He's got a car ahead of him as we can see. But what's he going to do this time round? Alex Albon through that first sector. Remember, used tyres 27.43. I think that's very, very close to his first sector time last time out. And we're going to get held up maybe by the Mercedes. Who is that? Is that George Russell? It is. Come on, George. Please don't be a party pooper. Thank you very much. He's out the way. Pourchaire coming through this middle sector. 27.4. That's average. That's not amazing, but it's there. He has been a tenth faster through that sector. Alex Albon. Where can he finish up? Coming up to that middle sector now. Pressure is on. And we've got to find just over a tenth. And that's gone even more now. 3 tenths to find. Surely it is curtains. It's a 41.1. It's an improvement in sector 2. The pressure is very much on. Can we deliver? He needs a very good final sector. I think 3.5 tenths, nearly 4 tenths is too hard to find. But what about though? Let's see what sort of lap time he does as he comes in to finish. And I tell you what, 41.1. That's a decent time for Pourchaire. Over the line. Oh, he stays where he is. He didn't necessarily improve. And he is still 1.4 off. What about Pourchaire? Time to find into this last corner. Can he jump the Magnussen in P12? Here he comes across the line. Oh, he doesn't. He knocks Albon. Look how close that is. 1.476 to 1.483. It's going to be P13 and P14 for the look of it. It's even worse now. We are so close, but it's going to be P14 and P15 for Albon and Pourchaire. We just couldn't hang it out. And you can see in Q2 we did improve both times, but we couldn't improve on some of them above. But it is going to be P14 and a P15 start, and it's Charles Leclerc taking pole over Sergio Perez. That is a shock in this opening round of the Bahrain Grand Prix. So then, here we go, it's strategy time. Surely we may see a chance of a safety car here as well. But let's look at strategy with Alex Albon then. And we're probably going to look at that 2 softs and a medium. And we might make that little bit of an undercut, maybe lap 18, just to bring him in a little bit sooner. And Pourchaire, who starts P14, I think we'll just go on to the standard strategy. Or do we... Nah, let's go mediums middle stint. I think that should be pretty good indeed. So, on that point, let's see what we can do. Let's change our options to ultimate. We want to be absolutely racing hard in this opening 3 or 4 laps. Don't worry about fuel, we can reserve that later on. And we are ready. Pourchaire P14, Albon P15. It comes down to this. Can we get a good start in Bahrain? Here we go. Come on, any chance of safety car, anything to help us would be absolutely beautiful. Here we go. Let's see, Albon, Pourchaire, and it looks like it's Albon moving to the middle, and Albon's up P14. The 2 Williams going in side by side into the first corner. Hopefully we don't clash. They're all single file in their own, 2 lows of single file. As Albon is P14, he hasn't made any ground, but he's going to get a Pourchaire drop to P16, but he's holding it. Can he get back at the AlphaTauri of Nick De Vries? Surely, he's not even in F1 anymore, he's got to get him. And it's all happening in this opening lap with Alex Albon looking at the back of Kevin Magnussen through this Sector 1. We're going to keep the fuel, keep the power, and we're going to make sure we're inside that DRS in a couple of laps' time. So we've got Magnussen and Tsunoda side by side, and that looks like a wide turn in from Magnussen, but we just can't make a move. Let's get some overly overtakes. What tyres for everybody? And it's Magnussen ahead on the mediums, and then a bunch of soft runners, some used for Hülkenberg. So out we come with Albon. Not that top speed, looks like it struggled there, but obviously everybody getting a slipstream into on this first lap. There's a yellow flag though, and where has that? It's at the back of the field. It's Nick De Vries who's gone off. No shock there, because I mean already in 2023 showing why he wasn't being kept on. But Pourchaire's made a good move, and he's into P15, and we don't want these two to attack each other, so we are just going to don't fight the teammate and hold his position. Albon, good exit out the final corner. Can he move up the field? He's got no DRS, remember, but how is that speed looking? Can we make a move on Magnussen and take P13, who's on the mediums? Come on, where are we? Not yet. Looks like we need a bit of DRS advantage to be able to make that move. Everyone running so close, and that looks like a wide corner again from the Haas, taking some unusual lines. And now Alex Albon fancies himself a little bit, not quite literally, but maybe in the Williams at the moment, as he races hard through. So tyres up to temperature, a bit hot, but we're going to keep it going for now. We're going to try and keep in this DRS, but we need to try and edge closer. You can see Magnussen right behind still, and surely these medium tyres are going to come back to us. Next lap DRS will be live, and that is a good exit potentially out here. We are tucked up right behind that Haas. We move to the left hand side. We just don't seem to have the top speed. We cannot get past for whatever reason. Now I thought the Williams was pretty good on its top speed. It's not its low speed that was the problem. Doesn't seem to be the case. So 0.6 kg down, that's fine by that. I'll conserve it through the race. And out of this corner we come again. DRS next lap, but we're not really making any ground until that corner where we can brake later. But the Haas gets such a good exit, and now we've got a chance. We've still got no DRS. We are gaining ever so slightly. I don't think we're going to get this job done, but we do get DRS next time round. And where are we going to turn 1 and 2? This is where the Haas is still going to get. DRS though, it's a good exit from Albon on them soft tyres. DRS opens, he goes to the left hand side. Are we going to get past Kevin Magnussen on lap 3? Round the outside, hangs it out. Can we get the job done? It looks like we have, and we are through into P13. That was a crucial move, and now we will just move down a little bit. The question is, will we get done by the Haas very quickly? Again, after we've just made that move, but Porsche is smack bang behind it, and we are in a DRS train early on, as you would expect. Albon's pulled some good gap. That's what we need to see. And he's just going to set his sights now on Tsunoda, who is a second ahead, and we broke the toe. Oh, Tsunoda's broke the toe from us. Porsche is right there. Can we get him? He's right tucked up behind, and we're still attacking. We're going to just go aggressive and push down on the fuel. And we've got another yellow flag here very early on, but that is now back to normal. Not sure who that was. It was Ocon running wide. We don't need to see that. He's just in P11. Out of the last corner then. And Albon just keeping pace. Porsche starting to lose a bit of ground as them medium tyres maybe coming back at us slightly already on lap 4. So not long into it. We've got a 4/10 gap. And we're going to settle down nicely into it. As you can see, the Haas really putting us under pressure. I mean, that Haas is looking pretty good. It's McLaren down in 18th and 19th. Which is, obviously, we know they had such a bad start to the 2023 season. The track's not rubbered in yet, and the Haas is right behind us. Don't want to take any more life out the tyres, though. I just want to look after them a little bit, without losing the position. But on lap 4, the Haas still bang there, and Porsche is bang there as well in P15. So we just need a nice little run, hopefully. Now we're going to just take the aggression down. Albon's happy with his strategy. Porsche not so much at the moment. But we've actually increased the gap quite nicely from these cars here. And down the straight we go again. It'd be good if we could just attack out of this corner, get a good exit. Can we get a good exit? And it doesn't look too bad. I mean, Porsche's dropped back relatively far in a couple of corners. And now it looks like Albon is going to have to defend. Mediums maybe coming back at us here on lap 5. And I think this is going to be a ding-dong battle all the way for the next few laps until the mediums really set in. We'll stay with it until end of sector 1, but I think we settle down into this race early on and the gap's starting to form. But 1.6 seconds behind Tsunoda, who's on the same tyre management. What can we close from that? So on lap 8 we have really closed up on, it looks like a struggling Yuki Tsunoda potentially on the tyres. We've got another yellow flag. I mean, it's dreaming of a safety car, surely, as another driver does lock up. DRS is open for Alex Albon. It was Piastri down in P19. Here comes a move into this turn. Can he get it done? No, he can't. Obviously playing with fuel still. Going to have to watch that. We're going to deploy the battery because Yuki Tsunoda is holding us up in P11. Come on, Albon, you've got this. He's loving this strategy. He's at peak performance. And Porsche is in some nice clear air as well. But back to Albon, down the back straight on lap 9, looking pretty good at the moment. Looks a bit deep. Jesus, thought he was going to crash. And then down the straight we come across the line. Can we get DRS through? We're 3 tenths behind, and that gap is now closing. Albon inside turn 1. Can we go it? Go on! Oh my god, he's locked up. Oh. There's no need to stop. What's he stopped for?
Yeah, went off, went wide there.
Why is he... He stalled the car? What is he doing?
Yeah,
Oh my god.
It's just not possible.
Alex Albon has just gone from peak performance to absolute stalling the car, pretty much. He just sat there and lost positions. That is not what we needed at all in this race. He was flying along and now looking like, I mean, he was going for P11. We looked so good. And now he's back out in last place after that turn 1 lockup. We were aggressive, yes, but he looked like he had the job done. And already it's Hulkenberg in front of us. Wow, that's so frustrating. Back down in P9. So we're having to pit Alex Albon. You can see tyre issues from that lockup. Yeah, not looking good. 30 down to 29s. That big lockup really did cost him. And let's just take a look at that. I mean, down in 28%. That lockup killed the tyres. And now we do have to come in. His race is absolutely compromised at the moment. We are going on to the softs. I mean, maybe it's because I left it on the attack mode as well. But rookie mistakes maybe early on. But, oh, P20, that's disappointing. But Pourchaire is going to move himself up into P13. Alonso coming out the pits. Where is Alonso? There he is, into turn 1. What about Pourchaire? Coming into his pit window nearly, as Albon does hit the pit. So a very disappointing start, because we looked so good with Albon. And now it's Pourchaire's the one that's got to bring home the bacon. Other items are available. And Albon needs a good stop. He's on mission recovery now. And he's out. 2.7 seconds. And he's got a recovery drive looking like hell. We should probably retire the car because, I mean, we are so far behind and look after the car. I mean, is that fair to do? Who knows? We should do that because we want to save our parts and look after the budget. Change that back to neutral. And we are just looking after the fuel. Pourchaire's only at 50%. What have we got around us? 6-second gap. And we've got mediums and softs ahead. So it's not looking too promising on that tyre. And I think we're going to do one more lap where we're going to give it a push. And then we will be into the pits. So we'll attack this lap. We'll still use some of the fuel, still planning to conserve that later on. And down the straight we go, and we'll be in this lap for what is going to be a medium run. So we'll confirm that, and we'll be into the pits. So here comes Pourchaire on lap 17 for his first stop. You can see Alex Albon on the interval, only 5 tenths behind Nico Hulkenberg now, 4 tenths, so he's closing the gap. Pourchaire's in for a pit stop. Hopefully he gets ahead of that McLaren in P15 and 16 and 17. Looks like they're double stacking, or they get out. Pourchaire is out, so we're ahead. That's all we needed. And we've got some nice space ahead of us. Look at that for space. And it's Bottas and Zhou Guanyu ahead. Don't want to take too much out of the tyres, but I want to get them up to speed. So we're going to be aggressive. Alex Albon, down the straight, 6 tenths. Don't want to push him too much now. I need to gradually get him into this race. But we have got DRS behind Hulkenberg. Can we get ahead? Have we still got him on aggressive? I don't think we have. But what about now? Can we get through? I don't dare put him on aggressive anymore. After that absolute awful attempt at an overtake. But we are fighting for P18. Pull him down. And we will see if we can get him. But it looks like it's going to stay that way for a little bit longer, as these are on the softs and the mediums. So, cutting late, here comes Albon again. It's like deja vu on the Haas. Oh, he's managed to slow it down as well. And he has got into P18. I mean, it's a long way back. But Alex Albon finally getting a overtake done. DRS down the straight, and he is into P18. Slow and steady, will hopefully climb back up, but it's a long way to go from there, as Pourchaire 3.2 seconds behind Norris, who's on the softs, in P13. So maybe a bit stronger in the race later on could help Pourchaire massively. So whilst Albon's out there minding his own business, Pourchaire's got a little bit of a battle on his hands, and we're going to set him up to attack. We've got to watch the fuel still, but he is pretty much getting held up as these medium tyres come into their own, and it is Valtteri Bottas who's ahead of him, who we're going to try and get past. Can we, without pushing that fuel too much? I don't know, but we're going to try. But we're well on tyres at the moment. We're going to deploy that bit of battery that we've got,
Make sure you give some energy.
and hopefully DRS down the straight for Pourchaire might see us through. Down the back straight we go, riding on board now. Can we close? And it gives me the fear, because we did this last time with Alex Albon. Oh my god, you are joking me. Why is it every time we switch to that camera that happens? I don't believe it. I literally just called it and it happened, and we're down to P17.
Now we've got an incident here, and as I understand
And there's a
it,
crash.
George
Is that
Russell's
me?
involved.
No, it's not. George Russell and the Alpine.
Right, so this was the
Let's see
fourth
what
corner.
happens into here, into
Barely
turn
any room
4.
to
Oh,
manoeuvre.
big crash.
Has to be
I mean,
said,
looks like the wing's
that
gone or
was
something
pretty
on
risky.
Russell.
An
It doesn't.
unfortunate
It looks like
moment,
end plate
yes, but
maybe.
as any driver will know, this is an unforgiving sport.
But Mercedes not happy after that contact, and there's going to be no yellow flags or safety car by the look of it, so we carry on.
We're on tire management.
Where is George Russell? He's in P10.
Okay, back off.
Doesn't look too, I mean 1.3 seconds, 1.4, doesn't look too badly damaged, but it's a lonely race now for us here. Two big lockups and their investigation, no penalties given. It's a disastrous lockup of a race so far. We have a long way back, but it's going to be pretty much curtains, I think, from here. So lap 33, and it's actually Alex Albon on these soft tyres for some reason, really catching up very quickly to Pourchaire. And with the current tyres, we don't really want Pourchaire to fight his teammate here. I mean, we were so looking good. Definitely not going into that camera angle as we do go round the outside or the inside line. Oh my god, now there's a house coming through. Oh, for God's sake. This is going from worse to worse for our drivers in this race. It's just not working out. And now we're passed by Hulkenberg, who is right behind us. P17 and P19. It is disaster so far. But maybe Alex Albon can come back a bit later on the mediums. Maybe due a pit stop anytime soon. And can we get him pushing a bit as well to try and help? So we've pitted Albon then. Albon is back out into this race, and we're going to literally attack him and try and see if there's any sort of time we can gain back. Alonso's had an issue, but he's well up the timetables. Pourchaire still got a bit to go before he ekes out onto them softs at the end. 17 laps, probably don't want to be doing any more than that, whereas the first we did kind of do 17. So let's see if we can just hang out to maybe lap 40 with him and Albon, just keeping Nick de Vries, of all people, behind. So let's see if we can keep him behind. We are pushing, we have deployed, we have made all our necessary stops. Could we catch Norris, Bottas and Zhou?
Okay.
I mean, there's a chance, so that's why we're pushing. Pourchaire is only 4.4 seconds behind, but can we? I mean, Albon is really under pressure. What tyres is de Vries on? Mediums as well. We just don't seem to have the pace. And I mean, Nick de Vries is going for it. Oh, it looks a bit close through there. Can we keep hold of it? Tyres just coming up to temperature now, but Nick de Vries is literally tasting our gearbox. On lap 38, can we hold on? Can anyone make the first corner? Nick de Vries doesn't show any signs of overtaking. I mean, that is pretty realistic. And we are P18, and hopefully we can now start to pull away. Fingers crossed, because we've got already 7 temps as it stands. And we've got, I mean, Porsche is still 17 seconds on the road. Looking not great for 17th and 18th here, potentially. But let's cut them down again. We could probably go a little bit aggressive, but we've got to cut down the fuel and the power unit.
Copy.
So Porsche then coming in for his stop on lap 41 of this non-event of Bahrain. It all looked so good after qualifying, and that soon disappeared. But we are in, and we need a decent enough stop. Albon C now into P17. I mean, he's managed to come back through, but 2 big lockups from Albon and Porsche have cost us dear. And we're not on aggressive. Porsche is back out as well. We're just going to attack now. We've got the power to do so. And let's see what we can do. And what we got, 17th, I mean, Porsche is so far behind, but he should really eat into that gap now, with Albon doing okay in P17 here, right behind Hulkenberg, who's right behind Zhou Guanyu. Can we get back up to P15? There's a Ferrari in there as well. I think that's Charles Leclerc. It is. He's getting in absolute chaos of traffic right now. Look at them all come. If only we were actually fighting the Ferrari. But Alex Albon is bang there. Let's set him up. Can we move up?
I think we can reduce lift and coast.
We can reduce lift and coast. It's time. As we go down the straight, and we are nearly about to go to DRS. We are right behind the Haas. Big train, and there's the Red Bull of Perez trying to catch this Ferrari. And it's the Ferrari that seems to be holding everybody up. And here we go, down the straight. DRS will open that rear wing, give us some more speed, and hopefully the Alfa Romeo and Hulkenberg take themselves out. Into turn 1, and he survives turn 1, Albon this time, but he's going to get a nice kick of DRS out of turn 3 and down into turn 4. This is going to get exciting because Alex Albon is alongside the Haas, late on the braking, and he's through. I think we might hold it. And to tell you what, the Alfa Romeo is going slow. The Ferrari just cutting him off, and the Haas has come back at us. But are we gonna keep the position? There is cars everywhere. Oh my God, I can't watch. Jesus, the Haas squeezes. We're still ahead. This is a brilliant battle, and it's for P16. And at the moment, Albon is winning that battle. 15 laps to go. Porsche is right behind. I mean, Aston Martin, but it's not the one we need. And that Alfa Romeo has got ahead by a second. It must have been a bad corner. We've got blue flags coming up as well, potentially. We're going to cut back down.
Need to get into some lift and coast.
15 laps to go. Where can we finish?
To manage tyres short term.
We can be aggressive, but at the minute, it is looking like a P16 and P19 finish. Albon then again. You join us a few laps later. We're in the exact same position. They are all over the back of this Alfa Romeo of Zhou Guanyu, who's on medium tyres as well, just struggling for pace. The Ferrari is bang there still as well again of what looks to be Carlos Sainz. And we have been lapped. It's not a great first race of the season. Oh my God, the Williams is getting out of the way. How are we? We're just going backwards. And now we're going to be a sitting duck for this Haas. We could have just kept the pace down the straight, surely. But instead, we're going to put ourselves right under pressure.
Okay, back off.
Copy.
What is the interval? Now we've lost 2 seconds to Zhou Guanyu on lap 47. Although we're back to 7 tenths because he's had to let the Ferrari go. And into the end of the first sector, there's a move up the inside. of Albon. Can we do it? Can Albon get Zhou Guan Yu? At the moment he's to in and fro in, and we are through finally on that Alfa Romeo into still a very lowly 15th position with the Haas there as well, but 10 laps to go, and let's just watch that overtake again. It was Alex Albon through sector 1 into sector 2 through the S's, and it's Alex Albon taking P15. What a little battle that is. And look at that, jeez, he's just unrelentless. These teams fighting so close together. Porsche, sadly, is well back. 1.4 seconds as Zhou Guan Yu comes again round the outside, and I think we're just going to hold off that position again. Although he comes back up the inside, we are trying to hold on. Surely this only ends in disaster. Oh, when he gets us, I mean Porsche.
Here's the replay.
I don't know where to look. So it is the Aston Martin passing, and he lets him through, and I tell you what, a bit of a bug, because he's lost so much time there, and we go past and take advantage. But down the straight again, here we go. Can we get him back? Ugh, Jesus, what a race. For the wrong reasons, but down the straight we go. 3 cars, all fighting for it. We're the only car without DRS. Is there going to be any room? Can we save you something out of this? First corner into corner 2. I don't want to do this because it ends in disaster, but we're right there. We are trying, and Albon's not happy because Zhou Guan Yu is back through.
We want to leave
Whoa. This is a tough last few laps. We are okay, we can still attack. We're going to deploy the power unit as well, the ERS system.
Yep, copy.
And I mean Hulkenberg is right there as well, look, 2 temps. And that's a good exit by the Williams of Albon. Will he go up the inside? No, he waits for DRS. Good exit needed, traction's good, and he pulls to the left hand side. Zhou Guan Yu is going to be a sitting duck here, and it does look like we finally get into P15. Can we push away now and take that position? Let's see if we can. Can we keep hold? I mean, there's that annoying Ferrari again, and they're right behind us. Still, we try and put the power on, but we're low on
Increase
tyre and fuel, and now they're coming back at us again. It's the Alfa Romeo. It's 8 laps to go, and hopefully the 8 laps is not like this. As into turn 1 we go. Albon, Zhou Guan Yu and Nico Hulkenberg, and that's a decent enough exit, but can we keep ahead? Albon, Zhou Guan Yu again. Oh, it's painful, this is painful. Imagine what it's going to be like when we try and get 1 point from the championship. We should have been around here, definitely 11th or 12th, but in the end, not to be. And are we now starting to pull away slightly? Let's deploy down this straight.
Full deploy.
And can we just increase the gap? It's 0.6 of a second. We're still weaving. To 7, up to 8. Power unit usage down the straight very nicely. Can we break the toe? Can we break DRS?
maximum pace now.
Yeah.
It is up to 8 temps. And it is 9 temps now. We are low on battery, but it is a second. We are just trying to break it if we can. Into corner 1. Well, back end of it, and now we're going to approach corner 1. And it is 8 temps, so they're still going to get DRS, but we are going to hold on a little bit.
6 to go.
So, still laps to go. Porsche looking at Zhou Guan Yu. Hulkenberg has got us from P15 to P16, and it's just never ending at the back of the field. But Porsche is going to try and get past this Alfa Romeo Zhou Guan Yu. looking at tyres depleting, fuel depleting as well. Can we get through? He's going to try it, and he's going to hang it out there, and that is a brilliant move by Pourchaire. But Zhou Guanyu's got the inside line. Who's going to come out of this fine? Oh my days. And at the moment, he has hung it out there. Let's do the famous lock up again as we come down to the last corner.
Manage tyres.
Maybe I shouldn't change the settings in the corner.
Stop like up.
But it is P16, P18, Zhou Guanyu's bang there. Let's see if he can
5 laps to go.
come back at us. I mean, he's trying. Will he get us? He's not going to send it. And Albon survives for the moment. So last lap, as you can see, P16 and P17 for our drivers. And we're going to come home after a very difficult GP in the end. It looked so good after qualifying, and it looked so good at the start of the race. We were running in around that 12th, 13th spot, and then a lock up from Albon, which basically cost him about 6 positions. Couldn't get the car running again, and Pourchaire doing a lock up as well, losing about 2 or 3. It's really cost us, but at the moment we have to settle for where we are. These two are going to finish very close together. I don't mind who takes what, but we're going to finish out this at P17. I mean, they're going to pretty much attack each other
Perez has crossed the line
as
first.
Perez wins. Wouldn't be surprised if they take each other out now or both lock up. But let's let them go across the line to finish out this Bahrain GP. The opening race of a disaster in the end. It's not bad finishing P16 and P17, but it wasn't what we wanted. And we have to go again in Jeddah. I don't know why he's moving to the right for. It's an awful race.
P16.
But 16th and 17th.
Sorry for that.
What
So,
a dreadful day it ended up
he's
being
not happy.
for the Williams driver.
They've only got themselves to blame. We gave them the strategy. They were running great. And sadly, mistakes by our young drivers sadly cost us dearly.
No stranger
But
to the
Perez
podium,
wins.
the
This will be a
Mexican
sight we
driver
don't see
now
very
takes
often.
his
Perez,
place after
Verstappen
another
and Sainz
remarkable race.
on the top of the podiums. But no points in the bag for our first race, sitting bottom. At least there's a few other cars there with us. Not too bad on the fastest lap. We got some points in the DHL. That's always a bonus, I guess. But there we go. It is hopefully moving on to the next round. We do make some money as well, as we get a nice income in of 3.2 million. So hopefully we can get some parts rolling on, and we can look to improve, which the next race coming from Jeddah.